actually have a pretty close race on the featured. Totori, Toasty, and Canadian Owl are all within about 45 seconds of each other. They're all hovering around the high 50 or low 50 sub 49 range. So that's going to be an interesting race between those three. A real cutie has about a 44. One of the few people that has a 44 old route. So he's most likely going to be the favorite here. But the other three are going to be really close.
All right, so first things here, we have Ceres. Obviously, no items to pick up, so the challenge here is just going to be movement and hoping for the best possible steam and tile RNG.
Yep, I had my stream paused. I didn't realize we started, but we didn't miss too much. Everyone pretty synced up here.
Yeah, and there is a little bit of timer disparity too, so they actually might be closer than you would think. Hopefully Canadian Owl's timer will show up.
Yeah, Canadian Owl doesn't stream with a timer because he's a weak player and doesn't want anyone to know what his time is. Kind of unfortunate, but it looks like they're about synced up.
All right, yeah, it looks like they resynced their timers for the race delay. So, assuming that everyone is synced, though obviously we don't quite know with Canadian Owl, Cutie, Tottery, and Toasty Muffins all left at about the same time, with Canadian starting just after them.
Right. We aren't going to see too much disparity in series. All of these runners are very experienced, and they know what they're doing for at least the first few minutes of the game.
If there's one part of the game that your movement is going to become absolutely perfected in, it is Ceres. With the amount of times that you play that.
I wish. My series is awful all the time.
So first things first that we'll be going to get is the Morph Ball and our first bomb, or sorry, our first missiles. All right.
So we're seeing 3 of the 4 runners actually use Moonfall. Canadian might just not. Yeah, all 4 runners actually doing Moonfall. So, of course, that is a trick found about a year ago now, actually, where you do some precise inputs and it uncaps your fall speed. So you can fall down the shaft much faster, about 4 seconds faster than we used to do. Saves a little bit more time throughout the run. Sorry, I cut you off there.
Toasty Muffins getting a little bit stuck up in the old mother brain room. No one likes to fall into the pits there.
I'm sure there are people that like to fall into the pits. We just haven't found them yet.
So far, everyone is staying pretty much neck and neck. Toasty Muffins and Canadian.
Yeah, perfect sync.
Perfect in
our bottom half of our screen here.
In the room.
That's a pretty common strat, of course. There's not too many things you can do in that room. Just gotta shoot the blocks below you. Toasty, unfortunately, gets caught on the way back up, so he's gonna be a couple seconds behind.
Yeah, he missed his mock ball coming out of that room too.
But of course, every runner doing pretty good for the start. Of course, the real cutie having a much better time than the others is gonna be a little bit better.
Okay, here's where we might see the first little bit of like a major strat difference. If anyone chooses to do the other one, but nope, it looks like they're all doing the wall jump climb. Oh, never mind.
Not Toasty. Toasty, I know he does the JD climb, aka Behemoth climb, aka down grab, aka ledge grab. Somebody fill me in on the rest. I forgot. But it's not any faster or slower than the other strat, but some people choose to do it because they're more comfortable with it.
It can be a little less input intensive.
I think it's like single-digit frames faster or something like that.
I thought it was single-digit frames slower. That's what I've heard.
I'm pretty sure it's slightly faster if you do it perfectly optimally. Either way, 3 of the 4 runners getting sub 5 bombs, with Toasty bringing up the rear as of now.
No unfortunate damage before Torizo, though, so everything's good there. They should be able to get nice missiles.
And everyone having pretty clean Bomb Torizo fights there. Not much to say. Nobody got caught up too badly. The top 2 players don't quite have good drops here. A real cutie leaving that room with no missiles. Gonna have to farm a couple here.
Yeah, I wonder how much of that time... It shouldn't take up too much of his time, thankfully, but it will slow him down a little bit, considering he's in the lead.
Of course, this is the room that a real cutie is in that we would determine if they're running old route or new route. If you're running old route, you just damage yourself through that room. If you're running new route, you want to kill all the pirates. And Scotty, or Totori, he's now turned on missiles to troll us a little bit. Thought he would have killed the pirates and then gone new route, but
yeah. Just to let you guys know, the reason why the strat changes in that room is because in old route, it's like I was mentioning earlier, it's a fair bit safer. You go get Varia suit earlier, you go and get more health, I believe, earlier on in the run, whereas with new route you're going right to Fantoon, and so health is at a real premium.
Once again, not too notable. If you've never played the game, what happened there was just a trick known as mock ball, where you press down at a specific point with a couple other inputs, and you keep your run speed through morphing. So it lets you get across the bridge without speed booster, because you don't get that for another few minutes.
All right. Cutie picking up their charge beam, a absolute staple in the speed run. It is by far the best way to kill most of the bosses outside of Kraid.
What is Toasty doing? I told you he would do some kind of meme. He's trying to get the Spore Spawn.
Oh, he's going for
Super
Spore Spawn supers.
Dude, the classic. Oh, he got it that time. You know if you get it when the screen shakes. There's a couple surprisingly technical reasons why that sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. I don't remember what they are, but either way, Toasty getting his Spore Spawn super missiles for whatever reason. I'm hoping he fights Crocomire.
Cutie's the first one to enter Red Bryn Star, keeping up a really good pace. Oh, gets stuck in the water a little bit though.
Just takes a quick bath. He's before he I don't know where I was going with that. Somebody in chat can think of a better joke than I can. And by somebody I mainly mean Sephi.
Alright, so Totori missed the same jump and ended up in the water. Now I'm kind of curious to see if everyone does that.
Owl skipping the bath. Classic Owl.
No bath percent.
No bath percent. And so, Real Cutie is the first one to make it to Kraid. Of course, not gonna actually fight Kraid here. Just gonna kind of kill him in a few shots, hopefully.
Kraid's not allowed to be relevant. So he's going for the missile strat, not the safer but a little bit slower charge beam strat.
Oh, what?
Oh no.
Cutie with the stand-up DLC.
Who
Taking
knew
Kraid
that
to
Kraid got
prom
up?
on all the other funny jokes
Oh,
that
it's
were
starting to look a
funny
little
the
bit
first
rough,
time
though.
and now. And so we've got pretty synced Crocomire kills from Totori and a real Cutie, actually.
Crocomire?
Yeah, it's Crocomire now. It's basically Crocomire if you really think about it.
Alright. So now we're picking up the grapple beam, I guess, since we just killed Crocomire.
Yeah, really gonna help him in Meridia. Alright, but speaking of not correct anything, Toasty picking up Spazer Beam.
See, this is the true perfect blend. We have 3 close racers and the meme for the crowd's entertainment.
Hey, I'm telling you, Toasty's a memer. He's the best memer we have here at Speed Gaming. I can go ahead and say that with complete confidence.
Oh, I didn't realize Cutie not even going for Kraid E-Tank.
Yeah, so we saw a lot of runners opt for that Crady tank during the Any Percent tournament. It's completely optional. You don't need it since you have 3 other E-tanks you're going to pick up in the route, but it is a very nice safety since there's a lot of things that can go wrong.
Toasty with pretty low health going into his Kraid fight, but hopefully that shouldn't be a problem. Barring a unfortunate circumstance like Cutie.
Did Cutie miss the shot on the guy? Yeah, he did.
Oh,
Apparently.
but that was slick. I'm gonna be real with you. And he skips the missile.
Yeah, that was a really nice backup. We'll see if he decides to pick up an extra missile tank somewhere else to make up for not picking up that one.
Toasty finally getting his grapple beam.
Oh yeah, got the grapple beam. Hey, you meme about that now, but I'm pretty sure Toasty does Crocomire with this route.
So he'll be picking up the Varia suit too? Nice.
Yeah, I'll be picking up the Varia suit when he kills Kraid. Another nice strat that Cutie does there, using a charge shot to kill the King Cack so he doesn't get knocked off the mountain. Also didn't have enough ammo to get through the speed booster door, so he took a little bit of farm there.
Canadian Owl and Totori are still neck and neck, but Cutie's definitely starting to open up a little bit of a lead. He's a few rooms ahead now.
Right. So pretty much as we expected, with the 2 being close and a real Cutie pulling a little bit ahead. I should have expected Toasty to go his meme route, so I don't know why I called him to be close with the other 2. But, oops. Of course, the runners aren't going to stay in Norfair very long. They just want to pick up Speed Booster and Wave Beam and then head back up to Wrecked Ship. So we will see Cutie right after this immediately leave Norfair and go back up.
And just to let you know, that is part of the reason why new route is faster than old route, because you do all of Norfair in 1 sweep as opposed to 2. But it's not as much time save as you would think, just based on hearing that, because you do lose some time on some other various parts of the route because you don't have as many tools when you're heading out to the Wrecked Ship and the like.
Most notably, you don't pick up Plasma in the route, so Ridley and Mother Brain are both significantly slower, but it's still about 2 minutes faster. New route is over old route, I mean.
Though it is significantly harder, so anyone thinking to check out the game, I would pretty highly recommend learning old route before you bother with new route.
We see Cutie just about to head out of Norfair here. He is probably not going to pick up Ice Beam, but that is an option if he wanted to. I mean, you see Toasty picking up Ice Beam, and
I just don't even know
nobody
what
even knows what he's doing anymore. I don't remember. I think he does what the other runners do, pick up Speed and Wave, and then goes down to fight Crocomire. So, if you want to see that, then keep your eyes squarely planted on the bottom left of your screen.
I'm not even sure if Toasty knows where he's going anymore.
Just to clarify, don't actually put your eyes on your screen. That is pretty bad for your eyesight. I don't recommend. PSA. Anyways, real cutie. Gonna do a pretty cool strat here. It's called the down grab red tower, where you shoot that shot in midair and then grab the ledge.
There are a variety of different strats that you can use in that room. The other main high-level strat is called the hero shot, where you time a shot from the bottom of the area with the rippers and follow it up the screen to destroy the block. But if the runners are having a real hard time of it, they can also just use super missiles to clear it as a last resort. But obviously they'll have to farm some up then on the Cactaxin here.
And a pretty nice alpha spark from Totori. That's one of the major advantages of picking up Grade Tank, besides, of course, having an extra health. You have the health to do that spark. It actually doesn't save very much time, but it's nice. It's pretty cool.
Ooh, unfortunately, Totori missed his ledge grab.
Right, you don't want to mess that up too many times, or the rippers will get completely out of sync, and if you aren't comfortable, it can go very badly.
Canadian Owl with a nice clean hero shot, talking about the other strat. Allows him to make up some time on Totori.
Cutie unfortunately fell down back into the little crab area, so he didn't get full ocean fly. He's just going to spark across the moat and then spark across ocean. Technically saves plenty of health. Like, it saves a pretty good amount of health, depending on where you spark in the second room. But that's what he had to do, because he fell.
Still got to be careful, though. Though they do have Barrier Suit, they still don't have a ton of health to play with on Phantoon.
Right, Totori especially having a losing about an E-Tank since he did the Alpha Spark, so he's going to have about the same health as Cutie, where Canadian Owl is going to have a little bit more. So they do need to be careful, because it's Phantoon, things are going to go wrong.
Uh-oh. Chat doesn't bode well.
Time will tell if Cutie's trolling or actually died. Classic.
Oh, okay, we got memed. I see how it is.
Alright, so if you want some serious run action here, you might want to focus on the right side of our screen, both about to fight Phantoon. But meanwhile, over back in Toasty's corner,
he is going to fight Craig.
A very special guest. We don't get to see him very often on our speed gaming streams.
Also, both Totori and Owl both gave real Cutie a fist bump as they were going by each other.
Oh, it's not a high five anymore, it's a fist bump. I mean, that's cooler anyways. High fives are lame. Yeah, Toasty finishing up his Crocomire fight.
I'm sorry, sir, did you mean Kraid?
Yeah, Kraid with a C.
Totori, not getting a very good first Doppler. We'll see how his second attempt goes. Ooh,
Interesting that
rough one
Totori
again.
is going for Dopplers instead of X Factors. Although we see Owl messing up the X Factor, so that might have some. Might be a reason why.
Meanwhile, Cutie is about to enter bowling. I wonder if he is going to go for Bowling Spark.
But Totori gets his Fantoon fight down. Owl's gonna have to do some Dopplers since he ran out of power bombs, but he gets it fine. So they're both pretty close to each other.
Nice clean Bowling Spark from Cutie. Toasty going and picking up his Crocomire power bombs. Now, will he pick up Grapple Beam? Yes, he will.
Well, yeah, you gotta get grappled for the Dragon fight, obviously. This is a serious route.
I mean, it's quite literally the route I used when I used to run 90%. I wasn't very good. I never got super great at it, so it was a lot easier for me than trying to Shine Spark Quick Kill Dragon.
A real cutie picking up his gravity suit. Going to be heading over to Meridia and fight Dragon. I like the movement in Meridia in both Old Route and New Route. It's pretty cool.
Neither Totori or Canadian bothered to try to clip through the partial ceiling at the top of the wreck chip shaft.
Right. They both have wave beam, so it doesn't save time, but it's still a cool strat to see if you don't know how it works. And even if you do. Toasty going for the safety save. I mean, he's going Ridley, right? He's got a lava dive. So he's got to save for that lava dive.
Almost perfect sync right now between Totori and Owl, though.
Totori ripped a little bit. We're good. It's a false alarm.
I think Canadian Owl got the charge. Yes, he did.
Yeah, Canadian Owl actually pulling ahead of Totori there.
It does look like Toasty is going to fight Ridley.
Yeah. What else would you do? He only needs one Norfair visit. Alright, so this isn't too hard of a trick that Toasty's doing, but if it goes wrong, it goes wrong.
Yeah, he hasn't saved, right?
No, he did. He just did.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. He saved over near Kraid.
Yep, not gonna have any trouble with it though. That's really easy with high jump, actually. I wouldn't say really easy, but once you know how to do it, it is pretty easy. And so Toasty, I think he just heads to Ridley. I don't think he fights GT.
Maybe he'll grab Screw Attack.
I could see it. I'd be down for some Screw Attack action. Oh, wow.
I called it.
Get my wish. Nice second try, Green Gate.
Actually should leave his ammo pretty much fine. Very quick, crisp Dragon fight, or Dragon. Now I can't name bosses either. Very crisp Batwoon fight from Cutie.
Right.
See if he can get the full halfy.
We see Totori pulling ahead of Owl here, so we see another lead change from those two. I wasn't looking, but that was a really nice full halfy from Cutie. Getting the spark all the way across that room.
And now we have our first Dragon fight. This is an interesting setup. I don't know if I've seen it before. Heading up there to like back yourself into the corner. Just moving around. Got to get that RNG manipulation.
Yep. I mean, it worked. They got a really good opening. And that's a clean kill from
Very nice.
ARC. And he gets the spike suit. That is a double frame perfect trick, I believe. Or maybe just one frame perfect, I don't know.
Am I crazy, or did they just bonk their spike suit away?
I wasn't looking, but I wouldn't doubt it. I guess we're about to find out here. I think they're good. Judging by that movement there, that looked like he was trying to keep his...
They don't want to crouch. Yep, there it is.
Well, more he didn't want to just jump straight, because he would have just sparked up. Ooh, Totori missing one of the... Oh, no, he got the X-Factor particle. He just got it a little bit later.
Now, I'm familiar with Blue Suit, but not as familiar with Spike Suit, and I feel like the chat might not be as familiar either.
Okay, so how Spike Suit works is, where, Blue Suit, obviously, it's as if you're constantly have speed echoes. Spike Suit is where you constantly have the flashing Shine Spark. So, of course, you can't just jump from flat ground or you spark. But the reason runners do it is it allows them to run out of Dragon's room, which saves a few seconds, over Blue Suit, which of course you have to walk to keep it. Like when you run, it resets the Blue Suit.
All right.
So it saves a few seconds there.
So Totori got the halfie, and Canadian looks like didn't even go for it.
I would believe it. They're pretty in sync, actually. Only a couple seconds behind Owl is. We're gonna have some synced Dragon fights.
Meanwhile, Toasty is off in his own little world playing with Dragon. Or, I can't even. Ridley. What are bosses? Super Metroid.
I don't know. We just need to call them what they look like. See, Toasty's fighting the dragon, right?
Yeah, so that's why I called him Dragon.
Meanwhile, Canadian Owl and Totori are fighting the shrimp up in the right side.
The H.R. Geiger shrimp.
Yeah. Looks like Owl had a much better opening than Totori did.
Yeah, Totori is definitely
really
doing some backup strats.
Looks like Owl's also just going to keep the Blue Suit. You're going to see what I was talking about earlier, where if he runs, it resets his Blue Suit. So he can't run until he uses it up at the top, back in the full halfie room.
Meanwhile, Cutie has re-entered Norfair. He's going to go grab his ice beam and then head on down to fight Ridley. See, secretly, Toasty's actually in the lead. We all just don't realize it.
I mean, once he kills Ridley, I'll have... Well, not quite. He didn't beat Totori. Oh, wait, he died?
Oh, no.
That's not good.
That Ridley was in grab percent, or in grab. His health was low enough to just grab him and die, but he was like 1 or 2 shots away.
Well, he didn't get grabbed. He just got whipped.
Well, he got grabbed the one before that, and he let himself get grabbed because I think he thought Ridley was about to die.
That's unfortunate.
Because he let him grab him with surprisingly low health.
So we do see a little bit of a route divergence, even in old route. You saw a real cutie going what we call the northern route, where coming out of Ice Beam, you go back through the Ice Beam shaft and go this way down to Lower North Fair. It's marginally slower, like it's about a second and a half slower than the what we call southern route if you do the southern route properly, but it does save you a power bomb, which Cutie had full power bomb, so it doesn't really matter. But
nice little chronic boost from Cutie.
Yeah, nice chronic boost from him.
Toasty and Cutie are neck and neck. All right. So, Totori just grabbed his plasma beam, so now all of the runners that are not engaging in some fun memes have got their power-ups, and they are now going to be heading for Mother Brain. Or Ridley, rather. I can't even talk today. I don't know what is wrong with me.
Yep, they all head towards their dragon fights. You thought we were playing Super Metroid, but we're actually just playing a game that says Super Metroid, but with significantly worse boss names. It's that new randomizer where it randomizes the names of the bosses. I hear those are popular now with the youth. Anyways, Toasty gonna have another try at Ridley here in a couple minutes. While Cutie is gonna get there before him, actually. And we see, it looks like Owl's pulling even farther ahead of Totori here.
Yeah.
About 20-30 seconds ahead now.
I'll check their time at Ice... Or never mind, I was about to say I'm going to check their time at Ice Beam Door, but I can't because Owl doesn't have a timer.
As usual, Owl making things hard on us. But I saw his time in Scotty's timer. It was about 32:24, I believe. And so Totori gonna hit it at about 33:04, so about 40 seconds behind, actually.
Alright, Cutie getting going with his Ridley fight. This will be significantly easier for him than it will be for Toasty, since he has Plasma Beam. I believe
Right.
fully charged Plasma Wave Ice is actually stronger than a Super Missile, right?
Yes. A Super Missile does 600, I believe, while Charged Ice Wave Plasma does 900. Of course, you can shoot Super Missiles a lot faster than you can Plasma Shots, so it is still technically optimal to use Supers, but you generally want to save them here in Old Route. So just gonna do the 20 shots and get on with it.
Very nice movement there. Just completely ignored Metal Pirate's room like it wasn't even there.
Another really nice strat there. You saw, similar to how he clipped through the ceiling in Wrecked Ship, clipping through the ceiling there, and then damage boosting to get out of the room.
Yeah, Cutie's movement since the Ridley fight has been pretty much perfect so far. Except for one little missed jump.
Well, he missed another jump right there. It's not optimal anymore. Not tied with the TAS. Luckily, he's going to be okay with that.
All right, Toasty getting his next stab at Dragon.
I'm not sure how, but Totori made up a lot of time on Owl. I wasn't really watching, but they're very close again.
Yeah, we got this. We got distracted and looked away for a second, and all of a sudden, everything is different.
Everything's ruined.
I wonder what happened.
I'm not sure. What might have happened is he might have messed up running through the speed booster shaft into Crocomire, where it's all speed blocks. And so he had to like reset the room, or at least reset his run speed. But I'm not sure what happened.
Nice movement through worst room in the game by Totori.
Right. But Owl was actually, he had a really clean worst room in the game. So once again, he pulls significantly ahead while I was talking about how they closed the gap. So
Owl playing it safe with the room with the big Deskigas.
Toasty looks like he's having a much cleaner Ridley fight, having a lot more health, and it looks like Ridley's near death.
Canadian Owl having to pick up power bombs of shame will lose him some time, though, because Totori was able to keep one power bomb.
And Toasty finally takes down Ridley. Technically the second person to do that.
Cutie just waving hi to Meridia for a second.
Yep, gonna run past the Sephi fish. He's our friend. That's all you need to know about him. Owl with an interesting setup for Ridley. Unfortunately, shoots slightly too early and doesn't hit Ridley with the shot. But that's kind of cool. I haven't seen him do that before. Meanwhile, Totori also on Ridley. And the real cutie about to be in Turian. Or at least G4 in just a few seconds here.
So Toasty still has to fight Phantoon and Dragon, right?
Correct. He could go for the Sloater's Phantoon skip if he wants to play risky like that. But I don't expect it to happen.
Totori. Okay, there we go. Ridley did not want to grab Totori. He just kept smacking him with his tail.
He got a bit low, but he's actually going to pick up the E-Tank behind Ridley.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He probably lost, I think, at least like a tank to that tail because he kept missing. That was scary.
Yep, but he's going to be just fine now. He's going to have plenty of energy for Mother Brain. Even more so than before. Of course, there is a scripted Mother Brain attack that does 3 tanks of damage, so you want to have at least 3 tanks. Having the 4th tank means you can take a few hits from Mother Brain, and having 5 means that an experienced runner like Totori should basically never die, but things could happen. I don't want to jinx him yet.
Speaking of, this does show you that Cutie is running with pretty much minimum. Did he ever pick up another missile tank?
I think he's running 15, which is the minimum ammo you can take. Well,
okay, I was just trying to remember which one he might have picked up since he didn't pick up the one in high jump.
Sorry, that's not entirely true. The minimum you can take without going back to refill is 15 missiles and 10 supers. He's going to want 2 super drops from these Metroids here. And he only got 1.
Uh-oh.
So it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. He is he's just gonna have to missile the first door and then go back and refill his missiles. And of course, there is a health and missile refill right after the baby Metroid, or whatever we're calling it now. The freaking heckin' jellyfish monster.
All right, so Cutie going for his baby skip. 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3. Very clean baby skip.
You don't see very many people go for the space jump baby skip. Most people just opt for singular jump, since that is, you're able to do that in any route you choose, not just routes with space jump. And Real Cutie, unfortunately, losing about 15 seconds to refill, but he's got plenty of ammo now, so he's going to be fine. As long as he doesn't get sniped by the turrets. The real last final boss.
Uh-oh, messed up his Zeb skip for the first time.
Yep, that's the first time he's ever messed that up, folks.
Legendary moment. You've seen it here first.
Stream lag. Oh, did he get a shot blocked?
I think that the turret ate one of his missiles.
I think he shot a missile into the glass, but he should still have enough ammo. What happened?
So I think that's it for Cutie, because he hasn't saved.
Yeah, he didn't save. He would have to start all the way from the beginning, and he's just gonna forfeit from the race.
Rip.
Rip. Yeah, he's saying in SRL he missiled the tank under Motherbrain's head. So apparently he did not have quite enough. I think he was a missile short from being able to defeat Motherbrain 1. Really unfortunate. Still a good run. He was pretty far ahead of the rest of the runners.
Feels bad, man. But
speaking of being pretty far behind, do we see Toasty doing what was probably going to be full suitless Marie?
Oh, Lord Almighty.
Unfortunately, that fish is not quite low enough. So the nice thing about this trick here is that the fish's position will actually oscillate. Like it'll go slightly farther down the longer it stays on screen. So the more times you miss it, the easier the trick becomes.
Interesting. Now, just a little anecdote here. This isn't too meaningful in this specific race, since this is just the weekly race. But in general, especially for things like the tournament that we just had, this shows some of the risks of, even at the highest level of a runner, sometimes it's better to take safeties. Because if this were a tournament match, Cutie likely would have lost at least that round, because he chose to play it as close as he could to optimal.
You have to go back and think to the high jump boots room where he missed the Sova and or Nova, whichever you like. But he missed killing that the first time, so he had to go back, and he opted to skip the missile when he went back. So you have to think, if he didn't skip that missile, he would have lost like 10 seconds, sure, but he probably would have finished. And that's really just the dangers of skipping items, even the ones that are technically optimal. There's a reason you pick up safeties. It makes the game a lot safer.
And just to answer, no, you cannot kill Mother Brain with charge shots until she enters Phase 2. Phase 1 can only be damaged by ammo.
You see Toasty doing the snail climb up.
Truly the most swag strat.
Nah, the best swag strat is still the grapple climb. It's pretty nice. But to each their own, I suppose.
Cutie dropping some knowledge. Apparently,
if he had gone in with 29, he still wouldn't have had enough ammo if he got sniped the way he did.
Oh yeah, that's true, because he wouldn't have gone back to refill. So Totori and Owl both hoping for super missiles here. I can't read that number on Totori's stream. Does he have
It's
8?
not 10. It's not 10. It is certainly
not 10. If that's 9, he's perfectly fine.
I think that's 8.
Has enough ammo. But if he has 8, that's not fine. And we see almost perfect sync from Owl and Totori. Totori actually made up a ton of time once again.
Correct.
You've just seen these two go back and forth.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Zebatites stayed dead, right? So in an absolute worst case scenario, Totori could just keep going back and refilling.
Zebatites stay dead. Mother Brain's tube will stay damaged. Mother Brain will not. So without super missiles, he would have to go all the way back to the ship to refill.
Well,
and he can't actually go back to the ship because the door behind him is locked. Like
I thought that's only if you no, I thought that was only if you saved.
No, the door behind the room behind Baby Metroid is gray.
Okay.
I'm not sure why it is. That's one of the more questionable parts of the game.
Okay, so let's see how this goes for Okay, good.
All right.
Luckily, but what I was gonna say is that if Mother Brain's glass stays damaged, he could technically just only use missiles on the glass, and then go back and refill his missiles, and then use missiles and supers on actual MB.
The problem is he can't go refill his supers because he can't leave Turian.
Well, no, I understand that, but he wouldn't have to refill his supers if he just damaged the tank with missiles and then went back, filled his stuff up, and then emptied everything into the vulnerable Mother Brain one.
He wouldn't have enough missiles to damage Mother Brain 1 all the way down. So at that point, he's just soft locked. He can't continue the game.
Even if he didn't use any supers?
Wait, huh?
I was saying if he didn't use any supers up to that point after the initial ones that he had.
Oh, I see. Yes, if he could have gone back and... I think the first Zebetite would have still stayed since the Zebetite glitch, but yeah, he could have gone back and refilled missiles. He might not have known that the tank broke. Or that he shot the tank, I should say.
Thankfully, it's a moot point regardless, but... fun little question to figure out.
Right. Looks like Owl was... is a bit ahead of Totori here. Getting the Baby Metroid. The jellyfish monster attacking Spiky Head Dinosaur before Totori's.
So, Toasty's seen some difficulties with his suitless Coliseum.
Yeah, this is a pretty tricky. What he wants to do optimally is grapple jump, but he might not be comfortable with grapple jumping. So he had to go for a very specific, or not specific, a very precise grapple onto the one block on the wall.
Is he not gonna refill?
I mean, he has grapple. He's gonna kill Dragon with grapple beam, remember.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't actually need that much health to do it. Like with gravity, I think it's actually less than a tank. With Varia, it would be twice that, which is still not too bad. He is gonna opt to refill at the end, it looks like. Or he just wants to get even... Oh, you know what he's gonna do? I'm silly.
What is he Crystal Flash?
He's going for a Crystal Flash to get a blue suit. So he can get out of this room here. He's going to grapple jump out of Dragon and then spark out of the room after Dragon. That's what you have to do in RBO since you don't have gravity. I kind of forgot he had to do this.
I keep getting confused. It feels like Totori and Canadian Owls, like, how close they are, the graph of that has to look like an accordion.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice sine wave. We had our off-screen victory, Insane Firebat finishing with an official SRL time of 49 minutes and 22 seconds. And it looks like Owl's going to be about a minute behind, although wasting a lot of time trying to get that moonfall there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that wasted more time than it saved.
Nah, it's moonfall. It always saves time.
Uh-oh, so he missed the first one, so he's going to lose a little bit of health to this. Wait, did he already Crystal Flash?
I hope not. If he did, he's gonna be there for a while.
Look at his ammo.
Oh. Yeah, Crystal Flash? Yeah, I thought for some reason I was thinking you meant Spark. But yeah, he Crystal Flashed. Okay. And Canadian Owl finishing in second place, first place on stream with an official SRL time of 50:56. And Totori gonna finish right behind him, the time of 51:12. So GG to both of our runners on the right.
All right, so now we get to hang out and have fun for a minute, hanging out with our good friend Toasty Muffins. Congratulations to both runners who have able to finish.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a really good race from the two. It really was back and forth, and Owl eventually pulled it off in the end.
Yeah, Totori always, like, every time that we thought that Owl was getting like a committal lead, like good enough to keep it, Totori would just manage to find time somewhere and just catch back up.
Right, we saw Tosi making his way out of the water. Gonna go head up to Fantoon and finally get his fourth boss out of the way.
When you say Fantoon,
Elephant Ghost.
Fact, yeah,
right? Yeah. Or whatever. What was a dumb joke I made? Like boss name randomizer. It's whatever. Just roll the dice. That's what we're gonna name it. Just what friggin' heckin' random boss generator. I swear, if this actually exists, I'm uninstalling everything on my computer. Okay.
If I end up alone on commentary, you know what happened.
Alright, well, good news. It doesn't exist.
Yep. Congratulations to TG Derp for inspiring the newest, hottest meme in the Super Metroid community.
Buy your meme stock while it's hot. We have ARC, a real cutie, in the Discord. I don't know if he's gonna do an interview or not.
Yeah, I think we could bring in Totori and Canadian as well, I believe.
They should have been invited.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like they both declined.
Ah.
And it looks like, I don't know.
All right. Welcome, a real cutie.
Yo, what's up? I heard Toasty's doing some sick route with Suitless Meridia.
Oh, yes.
That is correct.
Very correct. Okay. Well, my run was okay. The ending could have been better. I'll say that.
Yeah, some people could say that.
The only reason I did 15-10 in a race was because I'm starting to do it in runs. So the only way to practice, you know, being in Turian with 15-10 effectively while during a run is to do it. So.
Oh, I didn't even realize that Toasty was going up the back end of the wrecked ship.
Yeah, he's basically doing what you do in RBO here. But yeah, Cutie, we saw what you did in the high jump room, or the room before high jump, where you missed the Sova. Your first question, is it Nova or Sova?
It's Sova, and I didn't miss it. I purposefully continued and not shot the door.
Oh, really? I didn't.
Yep.
I must have missed that.
It didn't give me a drop, so that might have been why. Yeah. I shot the Sova, went through because I've been doing it in runs, so the best way to do it is practice it. So I kind of figured it would probably happen, because whenever I'm featured on speed gaming, something weird happens, but like earlier today where I got a soft lock. But
Wait, are you saying that you got another soft lock elsewhere?
earlier today I soft locked on speed gaming during the rando race.
Bad luck.
Yeah.
Today.
So something always seems to happen when I'm featured, so I figured it would happen, but that's how you learn, really. Mistakes are how you learn, and so I've learned something new about that room to where I probably won't make that mistake again.
Well, you still gave us a great show. It was especially moment that comes to mind was your movement coming out of Lower Norfair after Ridley. It was super clean.
Thanks. Yeah, that section was pretty good. My Lower Norfair in general was pretty good. I believe at one point I did make in the pillar room, I missed a bomb on one of them, which was a little bit. But other than that, it was pretty solid movement throughout it. My Meridia was pretty good until the end. But everything up to Fantoon was... I didn't even think about it. I failed grade quick kill. I just forgot about it. It didn't happen.
Alright, it didn't happen.
Nope.
You were the only runner to hit the full halfie, which was definitely a cool thing to see.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I would get it, because I did bonk the door. And if you bonk the door, that means you have to be really good in the room, and it means you also have to do your spark pretty low. And in most cases, that ends up just getting you the halfie, because getting high enough with your shine spark timer is pretty hard if you bonk the door.
We see Toasty getting his charge ice wave plasma Fantoon kill.
I respect it. I very much respect the route. It's all about having fun. That's the way I see it.
Well,
sometimes the real winner is the person that has the most fun.
Completely
well,
agree.
in that case, I think Toasty is he's beating us all.
by a country mile, I guess.
Yeah, he's the long gun. Like, we're all the way back here. Toasty's like, he's gone.
Toasty has ascended.
He's in 3018 right now.
Yep.
Wait, is he just skipping gravity suit entirely?
Why would he get gravity suit? What does he need it for?
Yeah. The only room where it would really affect him, I guess, would be the first Metroid room, but that's not a big deal.
At this point, it's just slower.
Yeah. Because then you have to watch bowling, and the bowling cutscene itself is like 35 seconds or whatever.
So,
30
I have
seconds.
one question.
Yes.
Do you think that he's gonna go for stand-up?
How many heat tanks does he have?
6. Can he do stand up?
I think
he's about
if he's going gauntlet, if
about to
he's
get
getting
that.
gauntlet E tank, he's going stand up.
He's going. I respect it. I need to open the stream again to see.
I'm gonna be real. I expected a lot of this meme route. Gauntlet E-Tank is now catching me off guard.
I expected Ridley, Fantoon, then Dragon. I did not expect Kraid, Ridley, Dragon, Fantoon.
Hey, it's
Gauntlet
technically the
E-Tank.
fastest boss order. Kappa.
Big fan of the grapple beam as well. Oh wait, he did Suitless Meridian, of course he has grapple beam.
No, yeah, grapple beam is definitely the best part of this route. Unfortunately, didn't get any of those little shimmies there until the end. That's the official name. I think we can all agree on that.
Toast is better than me because honestly, I'm not too sure how to do Suitless Meridian. I could get to Dragon, but getting out of Dragon's room, I don't think I could do that.
Right. Of course, he had to do the RBO strat of getting a Crystal Flash blue suit from Dragon.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then grapple jumping out of Dragon's room.
Yeah, not last time I watched RBO, but back when I started playing, what RBO was you'd get blue suit and use blue suit to leave the room, and then you'd X-ray climb up.
So that was back when like Stravaris had the record, right?
It was a long time ago. I don't remember exactly how long, but yeah, you used to get X-ray just to leave Dragon's room.
Those are some Super Metroid Impossible strats for anyone familiar with the ROM hacking scene.
Yep.
Through Lewis X he finished in 4th place off screen, a time of 59:23. So a couple minutes ago, I wasn't looking at IRC. But GG to Lewis for the 4th place finish.
Sub-hours, respectable.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a hard game.
I mean, even Toasty, he took a death at Ridley, but without that, he would be running sub-hour, I think.
Maybe. How far did it set him back?
Well, he saved Dr. McStreamy. Shoutouts to Dr. McStreamy, by the way.
Oops, alerts.
Well, it's not even the full...
Oh, Lord.
Not even the full shark. It's just half of it.
Maybe it's so it looks less like a man and like it has an actual fin.
Maybe. Alright, I completely lost track of what we were talking about after that.
We're talking
Not
about
gonna lie.
Where Toasty last saved when he died to Ridley.
Oh, right, because he went Crocomire, of course.
Yeah.
And so got the grapple beam, and then saved he saved in the Crocomire safe room after getting grapple.
Okay, so he didn't save
he had to,
in LN before Ridley?
He did not save.
Okay, so then yeah, he definitely would be pretty close to the sub-hour pace with whatever he did here. That's crazy.
Whatever he did here is a very good way to describe it.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
It's fun to show off things every time I'm featured. If it's any percent, I always do some strats I don't necessarily normally go for, but they look cool. If I'd have had the health, I would have attempted Plasma Spark, even though I'm someone who's vehemently against doing it in runs.
Toasty having a little bit of fun. That was some pretty cool baby manip. Of course, didn't quite get the baby behind him, or any position that would be useful in an actual run, but it looked pretty cool.
I mean, hey, don't say that. This is an actual run.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult the run like that.
This is any percent.
This is an run.
Yeah, it is any percent. He picked up any item he wanted.
Yeah, dude, this is the run. A randomized boss order tournament actually sounds really fun. Until someone gets Ridley first.
Yeah, it sounds fun, except for when it's not fun.
At all.
Once you're just running RBO, it's not as fun.
Yeah, if there was a randomized boss order tournament, I would prefer not having Ridley first ever. But
safety save before Mother Brain.
I would love Dragon first, so that would be fun. Because you still get you still have to, go through some of Norfair without any suits and stuff, so you still get that aspect of it. So that would be cool. Just Dragon first, you go through Norfair without Varia suit to pick up your grapple beam.
Second try Zeb skip.
Yep.
37 is shouldn't be any problems.
Yeah, that's a couple more shots than the average player would pick up.
Yeah.
Shout out to, I can't read that. It's not showing up high enough res on my stream. But shout outs to Gameplay Librarian for the whatever he just did to Toasty.
I'm gonna make a guess and say subscription.
It was a follow, it looks like.
That's certainly a follower.
Gameplay Librarian is one heck of a tag. I respect it.
Well, Toasty can't actually do stand-up anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. Mother Brain kind of bodied him because she dropped the bomb and then used an I-beam immediately after as he jumped to dodge it. Just sniped him.
Oh yeah, it's tough to deal with those. Sometimes you can kind of see...
Well, he might get a chance now.
Well then.
Takes like, what was that? 4 or 5, 3 or 4
How did
tanks
that even happen?
Yeah, he had 6 and then he had 2. I think he got hit by like a max damage catch-up.
I have never seen Ketchup do that much damage ever.
I've only ever seen, I think I've seen 3 tanks once, but I think that was 4.
That was
legendary.
4 tanks.
I hope so.
Well, no, okay, wait, he doesn't have gravity suit, so it does 2 tanks anyway, so it was a double hit with 2 tanks.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Yeah.
See, so there was a good reason to go pick up gravity suit.
There you go.
There you go. I mean, good thing he saved.
Oh yeah, that would have been so disappointing.
Right after
you think
all
he
this.
still would have finished at when he reloaded his save at Dragon?
I don't know. I definitely wouldn't have.
One of his supers got eaten there.
He's fine. If he somehow soft locks with 30 and 7, I'll be impressed. I'll say that much.
He would have to go out of his way to soft lock, really.
For sure.
I wouldn't put it past him at this point.
Oh, that's true. I hope we can get Toasty in for an interview.
That would be fun. I would love to hear why he did this. Well, I know why he did it for fun, but I would love to hear how it went.
Wow, that was one laggy catch-up.
But anyway, as I was saying before, when she shoots the fry after laying a bomb, you can sometimes kind of tell based on how she's moving her head that she's going to shoot one. And when that happens,
now he's going for stand-up.
When that happens, what you kind of got to do is wait super late for the bomb and jump low, and then like move yourself into the center of the explosion, because the explosion starts at the center and then moves outward. So you have to like kind of recognize it, and then it's slightly risky, but a bomb only does 20 damage compared to a fry that does 30. So now the real unstoppable combo is bomb into fry and onion rings at the same time. You actually can't react to that. The only way you can dodge that is if you knew it was coming ahead of time. Which you can do, and it's annoying.
Toasty doing something. Just being extra careful, make sure he doesn't get soft locked at stand up.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have extra.
Could still happen. He doesn't have a lot of energy. Just gotta be careful here. Just gotta be careful here. Toasty? Okay, that worked, I guess.
What did he do?
It looked like he locked the baby like off, not quite in Mother Brain's range of attacking, but he's fine.
I wasn't even aware that could happen.
Yeah, and it's not fun. The last time I tried, I never ran a category that does stand-up. The last time I tried to do stand-up, again, I was featured on Speed Gaming. Something weird always happens whenever I'm featured. I was doing the space jumps to maintain it, and I didn't realize if you press a direction on the D-pad while doing that, you're locked and you actually can't move. So I very, very slowly just space jumped right into Mother Brain. I couldn't do anything about it.
I've definitely done that before.
I learned something new that day.
And so Toasty's gonna finally be finishing off this route.
I mean, without deaths, he still would have been on sub-hour pace, which is better than my PB.
Oh, I guess.
It's a hard game.
Gets to do his final moonfall of the game here. Gets it faster than Owl did, so he saves some time there.
I mean, we all know that Toasty has got #1 in the race anyways, because he had the most fun.
Oh yeah, we've already established that. The goofy thing Toasty likes to do, the left side Behemoth Spark. I don't know if that's still a Behemoth Spark at that point, but
Probably
I'm
not.
gonna call it that.
Honestly, the biggest bonus of the Behemoth Spark is that you don't get stopped by that ledge on the left. Like that, you just get stopped by the ceiling instead, and that saves like a half a second or so.
Really?
Yeah, that's like, I mean, if you do the diagonal spark, you're not necessarily guaranteed to make it through, but if you do it right, you can make it through and you're up top, and it saves having to jump up to a platform. You can just run off the ledge, and it saves a little bit of time there too.
Alright, well, Toasty gonna finish in 5th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 23 seconds.
But still,
GG
first place.
to Toasty Muffins. Absolutely, first place in our hearts.
So I wonder if we can get Toasty in here for an interview. There's the man of the hour.
The man of the hour.
Hey guys, how's it going?
That's a lot better after watching that run, I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm glad I finished, I guess. Ridley gave me some trouble, but the rest of it was not too bad. Yeah, good game. Real cutie, and good game to Firebat, and I was sort of watching Canadian Owl and Tori's race. It looked like they were really close. That was a really good race by them, huh?
Yeah, we kind of got everything that you pretty much could have asked for in terms of the streamed ones. We got a real close, almost first place time, 2 close finishes between Totori and Owl, and then we got a fun meme route from you. So I'd say that we pretty much rounded out the race nicely.
Yeah, I'd say that was an above average race.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, yeah. Well played again to all the players. That's a bummer that Cutie got his run kind of tanked at the end there. Get it?
I get
sorry.
it. No,
I'm sorry.
It's good. That's how you learn.
Yeah.
Right? That's how you learn to not make the mistake. Is you gotta make it first, right?
No, for sure. Like, yeah, respect for going 15 and 10. That's ballsy for race setting. I like it.
Yeah, but if I don't do it every chance I get, I'm not gonna be able to practice doing it. So.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, because you definitely want to get like a really clean kind of setup in the.
Yeah, because in a run, when you're like, if you're on pace, you're in a run, you have nerves like you wouldn't believe. So it's
Yeah.
Like, that's when the mistakes happen the most. So you want to make sure you're doing it and are comfortable with it when you have no pressure. So.
Yeah.
All
No.
right,
Well played, man. Yeah, it happens.
It's a fun race.
Yeah, for sure.
let's not pretend that you didn't show some skill yourself, Toasty, doing the RBO Meridia, including RBO Dragon Room Escape.
I don't even know how to do Suitless Meridia, so I think you're better than me.
Yeah, I was.
You heard it here first.
I was actually pretty pleased. Meridia went smoothly. At least like the Dragon went first try. I didn't have any issues there, so I was really happy about that. Yeah. It was a solid run except for the Ridley. I'm pretty sure Ridley was dead, but I jumped really high and messed up his grabbing pattern, so he went into a normal swooping or something.
I think you needed one more shot based on the tells that I was reading from him, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I could have been one off or something. Yeah. So that's okay though. Happens.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you were still playing real well. Like before the deaths, you would have been on a sub-hour pace.
Yeah, I've ran this once right at an hour, so it's possible to get sub-hour.
So this is an
It's
actual
really-
route that you have planned. I thought you were kind of just making it up as you went.
No, I wasn't making it up. Yeah, I've thought about it a little bit. You know, I get bored at work, so I think about these things sometimes.
I did it. No, trust me, I do the same thing when I'm bored at work.
Yeah, like I bring up the Super Metroid map and like, where can I go to yeah, I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sometimes you gotta pass the time somehow. Thinking about
Yeah,
Super Metroid
yeah.
is one of the best ways to do it.
Exactly, yeah.
I just know if there's ever a random boss order tournament, you're gonna be way ahead of the curve.
Oh yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. I heard
I
someone
think it
throw around
would
with
too,
that idea.
actually.
Yeah.
I think it would be a lot
Yeah,
of
we've
fun.
already
I'd have to-
established.
Yeah.
It'll be fun until you get Ridley first.
Yeah.
I'd have to learn
Yeah.
some things, but it would be fun for sure.
Yeah, the that would kind of gate pretty high skill ceiling doing Dragon Ridley first, but
I
it's still
think
cool. Like there's
Dragon
24.
first-
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel Dragon first wouldn't be as bad as Ridley first.
No, not as bad. No, you can get plasma and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but Ridley first is just like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's hard. Yeah. It's really hard.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, there are 24 possible boss orders, I think. So there's obviously some that nobody's ever played before. I think so
Mhm.
a few of those oddball ones that there's no reason to do.
That just
but-
don't make sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
like
Yeah.
Dragon, Phantoon, Ridley Crate or something.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Now, what we're all waiting for is the randomized boss name tournament.
Oh yeah. I see some potential there. I like it.
I'm copywriting that. Y'all are gonna have to pay me so much royalty.
But yeah, thanks so much, Kenta and TG for commentating.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you.
No
Appreciate it.
problem.
Yeah.
It was a fun race. I was glad to be part of it.
Yeah, and again, good
Probably
game to
gonna
the other
watch it back
players.
and see.
Yeah,
I like watching them back just to see where everyone else was at, how I was doing and stuff. Because I like watching my own gameplay too. I think it helps a little bit.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it sounds like Owl and Tori were really close all game. So
Yeah, that's what I heard. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to watching this one back.
I'd argue it was almost more interesting than that because the thing was they weren't super close the whole game. The way I described it was like an accordion.
Oh.
Derp
Oh,
described it as
so
a
they were-
sine wave,
they
where
kept passing each other.
Yeah.
well, actually, Owl stayed in the lead for most of it, but Totori would be way behind. And then he'd just find some time somewhere and just suddenly just be right neck and neck with him again, and it would just keep
Oh,
Oh,
crazy.
waiting
that's
like
cool.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of like stuff like that. Just kind of someone's fending off someone chasing them kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely one thing when we did the community relay way back that I thought would be cool.
yeah,
I
for
was
sure.
doing any percent, and I was like, it would be really cool if I was my team was in dead last when I started at 80%. And it's kind of just watching someone chase people down.
Yeah.
Just that, because watching Static do it in 100% was actually insane.
Oh gosh, yeah. Static is insane to
Yeah.
watch.
So
Yeah,
stuff
it's
like
kind
that
of
in general, really.
It's
Yeah.
nerve-wracking for both players, especially. I mean, if you're in the head and you see someone right behind you,
Oh yeah, someone's
it's
breathing down
nerve-wracking.
your
But then if you're behind, you have to be you're thinking, I can't make a single mistake, right? I have to do
Yeah.
it. So
The
it's
relay was fun.
it's fun for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that about wraps it up, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, thanks again. Yeah,
I'll
had a
see
good
you
time.
guys later.
So, yeah, take it easy, guys.
Thank you for making an entertaining run.
Take care.
And I think that's going to about close it out for us as well. Appreciate you guys tuning in. This definitely won't be the last Friday night any percent, so make sure to tune back in next week.
Yeah. Do it.
Or he'll find you.
All right, let's not go that far. But I might look for you at least. No promises on the finding part. Anyways, on behalf of everyone involved, all the speed gaming staff, all the restreamers, and everyone involved with this kind of thing, thank you for watching, and have a good night. Anything else you want to add?
Nope, I think that should be it. So this will be Kenta signing off.
Bye.